40 minutes ago, Democratic Congressman Ted Lieu, one of the most relentless questioners in Congress, did something absolutely shocking during Attorney General Pam Bondi's testimony. He accused her to her face of lying under oath, on videotape, about evidence tying powerful men, including Donald Trump, to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. He brought receipts, photos of Prince Andrew with Epstein, a damning witness statement about a girl raped by Trump and Epstein, who later died violently, and called for Bondi's resignation over protecting Epstein's clients while failing over 1,000 sex trafficking victims. Bondi didn't back down. She fired back, accused him of deflection, defended no evidence against Trump, and nearly exploded with, "Don't you ever accuse me of a crime." If you think you know where this goes, you don't. What happened in the next 10 minutes will change how you see this entire Epstein investigation, and the DOJ's role in it. Subscribe right now and hit the bell. What I am walking you through is not just another partisan spat. It is a pattern of protection at the highest levels, a system where powerful men's names stay shielded, and a lawmaker who refused to let the Attorney General slide when she claimed no evidence under oath. I've watched congressional hearings for years. I've seen witnesses dodge tough questions. I've seen politicians shield their own. But I have never seen a congressman straight up accuse a sitting Attorney General of perjury to her face, lay out graphic witness testimony about rape and murder tied to Trump and Epstein, and demand she resign on the spot, and mean every word of it. That happened on the 11th of February 2026 in the packed Rayburn House office building for the House Judiciary Committee Oversight hearing. The room was electric, cameras everywhere, tension thick enough to cut, survivors and advocates watching intently from the gallery. Ted Lieu, the sharp California Democrat and former prosecutor, waited for his turn.
He wasn't there for theater.
He was there armed with documents, photos, laws, and a witness statement that could blow the lid off claims of no evidence.
I'll bet you think you know how this ends.
Most assume the AG deflects with no evidence lines and the moment fizzles. Keep that prediction, because what Lieu did, and how Bondi reacted, will prove you dead wrong.
Picture this. Mid-morning, the hearing already heated from earlier clashes.
Democrats pounding on redactions, victim exposure, missing prosecutions.
Then Ted Lieu's turn arrives. He doesn't waste time on fluff.
He opens with precision, holding up 2 photos.
"Attorney General Bondi," Lieu begins, his voice calm but cutting, like a lawyer cross-examining a hostile witness.
"I'm going to show you 2 photos of former Prince Andrew attending parties with Jeffrey Epstein."
You redacted the victim's face because you were following congressional law to protect victims.
Correct? Bondi confirms yes. Lieu presses, under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes his sex operation is also guilty of a crime. These photos are evidence, enough to predicate an investigation against Prince Andrew. So why did your DOJ shut down this investigation last July with a memo saying, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties"? Why have you not prosecuted him? The room quiets. Bondi shifts, deflects. "I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions in the last 4 years."
Lieu reclaims his time sharply. "I'm not asking about Garland.
I'm asking about you, right now. You have the power to hold these men accountable, but instead, there's a string of failures across administrations. And you're continuing it."
Then the temperature spikes.
Lieu pivots to Donald Trump. He plays a clip, Trump at Epstein parties mingling. "Were underage girls present?" Bondi fires back. "There is no evidence Donald Trump committed a crime." Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency.
Lieu doesn't flinch.
He leans in. "I believe you just lied under oath. And this is all on videotape."
You said there's no evidence of a crime.
But here's a witness statement from someone who drove Donald Trump in a limo.
He overheard Trump on the phone with Epstein, got so angry he stopped the car and hurt Trump.
He met a girl who was raped by Trump and Epstein, who later had her head blown off. Officers on the scene said it could not have been suicide.
Pause for impact. The room freezes. Lieu continues. "No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness."
You need to interview him immediately. Why hasn't this been done? Over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and not one man held accountable. Epstein should rot in hell.
So should the men who patronized this operation.
Bondi's face hardens. She requests to respond, but the chairman notes time expired. Chaos erupts. Interruptions, raised voices. Bondi snaps, "Don't you ever accuse me of a crime?" Lieu's final words cut through. "Shame on you.
If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes. Stop right here! If you've watched this far, and you're starting to feel the weight of what just happened, the direct accusation of lying under oath, the graphic witness testimony ignored by DOJ, the call for resignation, like this video right now.
Seriously, the algorithm decides who sees this, and this story needs to reach millions.
Write in the comments, do you think Bondi should resign? Or is this just politics? Smash that. Like if you're angry, share right now. Because what happened next shows how deep this goes. Bondi tried to defend. No evidence, past administrations failed too, Barr, Acosta, Garland, transparency under Trump.
But the accusation hung heavy.
She didn't deny the witness statement existed. She didn't commit to interviewing him.
The refusal to engage fully is the answer. Here is what you need to understand. This isn't isolated.
Epstein's files are all over with Trump mentions, per earlier releases. Photos of Prince Andrew protected clients. A July 2025 memo shut down probes into uncharged third parties. No prosecutions despite thousands of victims.
Redactions shield powerful men, while victims' stories get buried or ignored. When a congressman confronts with evidence and demands accountability, the response is deflection, outrage, and "don't accuse me." That is not transparency. That is protection at the highest level.
The hearing rolled on. More questions, more dodges. But Lieu's 10 minutes were the flashpoint.
A Democrat grilling a Republican AG with undeniable accusations, impossible to wave off as pure partisanship. Within hours, the clip exploded everywhere. Lieu's lied under oath line, Bondi's "don't accuse me," the witness horror story. Share this video right now.
What Lieu did, forcing the truth into the open when silence was easier, is real accountability.
Now let me tell you what happens next, because this story is far from over. Lawmakers are already talking contempt charges if more files stay hidden or witnesses ignored.
DOJ has released millions of pages,
But key memos, full witness interviews, unredacted ties to powerful figures, still missing or shielded. If they're willing to claim no evidence while witness statements sit unexamined, what else is being buried in the remaining files? Survivors and victims' advocates are demanding answers. Real prosecutions, not memos closing cases. Bondi's response, deflecting and exploding, only fuels the fire. You can't accuse a congressman of overreach for bringing up rape and murder evidence and expect the public to forget. Subscribe to this channel right now and hit that bell icon.
I will be covering every twist. The contempt threats, any DOJ follow-up on that witness, next hearings when Lieu or others get another round.
This is not the end.
This is the spark that could ignite full accountability for Epstein's network.
10 minutes. That's all it took for Ted Lieu to expose the cracks. An AG accused of lying under oath. A witness statement of rape and violent death ignored. Calls for resignation echoing in the room. To prove the no evidence claim was shaky at best, and when Bondi couldn't refute it head-on, she deflected and defended.
That is not justice.
That is avoidance.
Ted Lieu walked in prepared, asked brutal questions, pressed through chaos until the truth sat exposed. The clip keeps spreading.
Victims' families are watching. Somewhere in Washington, Pam Bondi is facing tough questions about why powerful men still walk free. Subscribe, hit the bell, share this video everywhere, and check the related clips on your screen right now.